Y'all, today I'm responding to a message from a gentleman named Liam. Hit me up on Instagram and asked, does living in Japan now feel different than it did 1 year ago because of Sanseito? Now, Sanseito, if you guys don't know, is this right-wing party in Japan who has been gaining popularity and gaining some steam recently. They just won some seats in the House, I believe, and basically their main talking point is they want less foreigners in Japan. They don't want foreigners to be able to buy property. Japan fasto, they say. Japan fast, Japan first. Japan, or they say, that's what they say. They say Japanese fasto, which is funny because they're not even like they're trying to copy the whole like America first thing from America, but it wasn't Americans first necessarily. It was America first. Slightly different. I know it's basically the same thing, but slightly different. And then, anyways, they took it and made it Japanese fasto, Japanese people first. Now he wants to ask, do I notice like more racism? Do I notice people not wanting me here? Do I notice feeling more unwelcome this year as opposed to last year since this has been rising? And to be honest, I can't say that I do. I can't say that I've noticed anything different, but I will say life is definitely different once you are actually more part of Japanese society than opposed to when you're just a language student and maybe you're just around your foreign friends every single day. I go to language school, guys, for 2 years here. I went to language school. Everybody in my class was like European, a couple people from Vietnam, a couple people from the Philippines. Everybody spoke English for the most part. And even if they didn't speak English, like, it was pretty easy to fit in because we all had this understanding that like we're the foreigners here or whatever. So like kind of like we're there full time, man, like 20 plus hours a week. That's who you're hanging out with. And then I was also working at an international school for a foreign company here in Japan. So I'd go to language school, be around all my foreign friends. Then I would go work at the foreign company, be around all foreigners there. And then I would come home. The only time I actually was like hanging out with Japanese people was with my Japanese friends who I already knew. Maybe they spoke a little bit of English. We're hanging out on the weekend, going to concerts, going to Sansto, getting our wee-wees out together, going to the sauna, going to onsen together. Just chill homies. Not actually interacting with Japanese people that I didn't know. And I remember at that time, that's when I was like, this is badass, dude. I could live here forever. I love living in Japan. This is sick. How do I live here forever? Similar to the foreigners that come out here on vacation and say, man, this is badass. I could live here forever. And then once you actually really enter Japanese society, like I have in the last few years, I started working at a ramen restaurant. Then I worked at a different restaurant. Going to school with a lot of Japanese people at the school. Spending more time at the gym I'm like the only foreigner at this gym. Really integrating myself more into society here. You truly realize how difficult it is to assimilate, to integrate here in Japan. And all the work you have to put in to just be accepted even a little bit, because you're never even going to be accepted completely. But it's like, I would say that I feel different now because of that, because I'm more in Japanese society than I was before. Before I was kind of an outsider enjoying my time here. Like I said, going to language school, working in an international company. Now I'm more in it. And I would say it's definitely more uncomfortable. I just have more interactions with Japanese people who don't know me in the first place more. Obviously, my Japanese friends are cool as hell. Obviously, they're not racist. I love them just like any friends from anywhere else. But like when you interact, it's usually like older men. I don't know if it's because I'm foreigner. I don't know if it's because my Japanese is perfect. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure the same thing happens to plenty of Japanese people as well. It's just like old Japanese men are often like really grumpy. And I've had a lot of experiences with, I don't know if it's because I'm a foreigner or what, but regardless, just makes me not feel super welcome here. The other day I was crossing the street. There was a red light, but it was a street where like no cars go by at all. And I wasn't gonna cross it because I usually don't unless Japanese people are, just so people don't assume that I'm like some dumbass foreigner who just doesn't follow the rules. And these two Japanese people were standing next to me at this red light. On the other side of the street is an old Japanese man. And I'm like, I'm not gonna cross this unless they cross. They crossed anyways, even though it was a red light. So I'm like, all right, I'll follow. I'm behind them. And this old man on the other side of the street goes like, he's like staring at me hard as fuck. And then he just goes, "Bleh." And like, I looked at him and he just like stared me down. And like I said, I have no idea whether or not that was because I'm a foreigner or not. But it was just like, once this dude got up his ass, then like I said, I had this when I was working at my job in the restaurant. I had this old dude who hated me for whatever reason, and he used to always talk shit to me, call me stupid, say that I was retarded, and that sucked as well. I had an experience at my gym recently where I was at a gym party. We were just like at a party, trying to have a good time, trying to celebrate, and this dude, I don't even like talk to this dude ever, doesn't even know my Japanese level at all, comes up to me when he's drunk and just starts telling me like, you need to speak better Japanese. You're not like, your Japanese is terrible. You need to work harder. You need to work harder. If you're gonna live here, you need to speak better Japanese. And I'm like, you don't even know my Japanese level. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't ever talk to you. And he like wouldn't get off of it, and he kept like trying to tell me like, if you're gonna live here, you need to speak better Japanese. You need to study more. You need to study more. Dude, I've only been here for 3 years. You don't even know my Japanese level. I don't even know you, and you're coming up and just talking shit to me. And anyways, getting to the point, yeah, I've had definitely more uncomfortable experiences here since I've been more in just interacting with Japanese society, trying to be Japanese. And I understand why so many foreigners come out here. They get a little taste of that and then they dip out and they're just like, yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna live in my foreign bubble. I'm just gonna pull the gaijin card all the time. And you know, that kind of sucks too, because then you're not actually living here in this country. You're living in like your own little foreigner bubble. It's so, you kind of have to choose one. It's like, be the dumbass foreigner, be the bitch in the Japanese circles, or live in your little foreign bubble and never actually become fully ingrained in society. Either way, it kind of sucks, and it's kind of like another reason is why I'm not going to live here for the rest of my life. I already have accepted that I'm not going to be here forever. But yeah, I don't think I've noticed any different interactions because of the Sanseito thing. I think it's more than anything, it's just the more you interact with like the real side of Japan, the more you have these kind of uncomfortable experiences. And obviously, if you're a foreigner, that's why. If you're a tourist, people always say they love it. It's the best place to visit, but not the best place to live. And a lot of foreigners are happy here, just living in their little foreign bubble, working at their English teaching job, hanging out at the hub on the weekends, you know. So those are my thoughts. Shout out to Liam for sending the message, asking the question. Thanks for watching, y'all. If you guys want to join my Discord, send me $5 on Ko-fi, all right? If you guys have a video topic, something you want me to talk about, if you want me to be your tour guide in Tokyo, translate for you, do whatever. You guys want to see my cute, handsome face in person, hit me up. youngjamesYT@gmail.com, guys. Anything you want. If you want consulting, learning about how to live here, how to come here, how to get to language school, how to find an apartment, send me some money. We'll do a little Skype call, whatever. All right, peace out, y'all. Young James.